Alright, hi guys. We're going to do this one today, Paragon. In green pencil, we are going to do a grid. Simple, easy. Once we do the grid, we're going to make squares. Make sure you do a square around this one, skip this one, a square around this one, skip that one, and so forth, okay? So it's like every other cross piece, you're going to make a big nice square. It's a little bit more than halfway across. You want to leave a big gap, but you don't want to leave too big a gap. I've learned that. Then we're going to put these little triangles here at the end of this square. You can continue this line if you want to just make a little triangle right there. Okay? All the way around. Then we're going to aura those triangles, and that aura should come to this line, this green line here. So you want this triangle to be small there, and then you make the aura around it. And then you aura the inside of there, and we end up with something that looks like that. That's our goal. Let's see what happens. Let's turn on the light. I've got myself a piece of paper. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to mark the center of my page just so I know where the middle is. So I don't get too far off either direction. There's the middle of my page. So I'm going to make my first mark going this way and going this way. And then I'm just going to divide my page into whatever size squares I think will feel good. I think maybe that big. I mean, I could measure, but I've learned that measuring doesn't always come out the way I want it to, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I did 4, so let's do 4 going this way. Approximately the same distance apart. They might not be, but that's okay. And then we're going to do approximately the same distance apart going this way to make them into squares. That looks like about a square. And that's about a square. Good enough. And then I'm going to mark myself. Let's do this one. Make a square here, and then we're going to do one here and here, and then we're going to skip that one, so I'm going to do one here and here. I'm just doing them sketchy in pencil just so I don't do my spacing wrong. I want to skip that one. I want to do one here and here and here, and then I'm going to turn it around just so that I don't go off the page. Skip that one. I'm going to do one here. Skip that one, and I'm going to do one here, and so forth. That one got a little diamondy. I'm not sure that makes it that big a difference. I suppose it does, but I'm not going to worry about it. They're going to be what they are. Okay? So let's draw those. Get my pen. Once again, I'm going to start in the middle. I want to make it a little bit more square. So I'm going to just make an adjustment as I draw. There's still probably going to be a little bit more diamondy than square, and that's okay. If you hear some construction noises in the background, that is neighbor 2 doors away, or maybe 3 doors away. I don't know what they're having done, but they had a big load of gravel delivered this morning, and now there's jackhammering happening. So I don't know if they're having a patio put in. I don't know if they're having a pool put in. Don't know if they're having block wall put in, because when we had our wall put in, it sounded like that too. So I don't know, but it's loud. You may not be able to hear it, but I do. This is working well. Get those little squares in there. Can you see? Am I off the screen? No, I'm good. Sometimes I'm not paying attention to where the camera is. I'm chit-chatting away to you guys, and then you guys can't see a dang thing. So I try really hard to occasionally look up. So you can do this without actually measuring. You don't have to measure, you don't have to be precise. And then we want to do little triangles that are about to here. So let's do something like that. About that size. That looks like a good size. We're going to do them all going one direction first, and then I'll go the other way, turn my page. Nice thing about these little triangles is if you've not done your connection here at the corner of your square very well, your triangle will cover that up, see? Like this one. Let's see, where's another one that I did really badly? Right here, that one. See, I overshot my line. But your little triangle will just cover that up, and now you can't see it. And everybody always says, oh, Dawn, your lines are so perfect. They're not. Look at how, oops, can't do this. Back up a little bit. Go into focus. There we go. See those lines? They are not perfect. Not even close to being perfect. But when you zoom in and it's part of a whole pattern, you don't notice. So it's okay to have crooked lines. It's okay to not be perfect, because no one is. And did you know that, I read this somewhere, where I'm not too sure, but I read it somewhere, and I'm sure it's true, that with even as precise and careful as the Amish are the Amish ladies when they do their quilting, I mean, they do strive for a very high quality, super high quality. However, they don't want to presume that they are perfect in any way. They believe that God is the only perfect person, perfect being, and so they on purpose put a flaw into every single quilt, so that there is never one that is perfect, because no one is perfect. And I think that's a beautiful way to look at life. No one is perfect. We can't be perfect, because we're humans, we're not gods. We cannot be perfect. And if you believe you're perfect, in anything, then you something is not quite right, because you can't be. You can be very good. You can be excellent. You can be a professional in what you do, but you can never, ever be perfect. And the striving for perfection, you can strive for excellence. I think striving for excellence is a good thing. But I think striving for perfection is very stressful, because you can't be. Okay, and then I want to put some here. I think I may be too far away from each other. I may have made my squares a little small, but that's all right. It's still, I can draw this pattern the way it was meant to be drawn. See? Oops. Zoom out. I think I'm a little far away. They're too far away from each other. But that just means that this triangle, the second aura triangle, gets to be bigger. I want to be up to that line, like that. I'm going to try to be more straight with my line. This one kind of got a curve to it. Something like that works. And these ones I'm going to actually make really small on the outside, because I don't have room to get all the way up there. I don't like it that close to the edge. I'm going to go ahead and make that same aura like that, smaller. And then I'm going to turn it around, do the same thing. A small aura here. Looks like a pattern of some sort of native indigenous people's blanket or something. Those need to just meet. Really should go from that way. It's supposed to meet, right? Right? It's supposed to meet, yes. So either my little triangles were too small, or my squares were too small. Something was not of the right proportion. But I'm not going to worry about it. It still makes a good pattern. Okay, now I'm going to go this way. I'm going to do the same thing. Now these are closer together. So somehow I'm too far apart here. Maybe this is more of a rectangle than a square. And that's possible as well. Because this looks like it's going to be more like what the pattern shows. So I think this, if I measured this out, I bet you this is more of a rectangle than a square. I think I'm a little too big. So to make the pattern exactly right, you kind of need a square, but I'm not going to worry about it. Something like that. And then here. A little bit more space on this one. But it doesn't matter. You see how it doesn't matter? Even though my spacing is completely wonky, I can still do the pattern. It just looks slightly different, that's all. And then I want to come up like this. Oh, lovely. Now the dog next door is barking. It's just a loud day. It's all right. I'm almost done. Like that. And now it wants us to do the inside of here in an aura. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I might not leave it like that. I may. Yeah, I think that makes it too busy for me. Actually like it better like that. Think I'm going to go ahead and finish it so that you guys can see what the pattern's supposed to look like. To erase all the pencil lines. But I think I want to do something different. Okay, so that's basically what the pattern is. But you can see because I'm a little off and a little wonky, these don't line up like they do perfectly on Ina's thing. But to be honest, I think I want to fill those squares all the way in and make them completely black. Either that or I want to do more auras. You either want to make it more busy or less busy. I think I'm gonna aura. Let's aura. I'm gonna aura this. Those are weird shapes. It needs some contrast somewhere though. I'm going to have to fill something in with black just because I feel like it needs a contrasty color. More of a contrast. I think that's why she filled in on the sample, that she filled in the diamonds with a color. I don't think I want the diamond filled in a color. Or at least not the big ones, maybe the little ones. Sometimes I like my patterns more plain, and sometimes I like them just filled with lines. And I don't like them like partly done. I either like them really busy or I like them not busy at all. And this one felt like it needed either more or less of something. Which is why I'm doing these other auras, because it felt like it needed something else and I wasn't sure what, but I think for me it's helping. You guys might be sitting there at home going, no, why are you doing that? It looked good. But it's just how I feel. And I've learned to trust my instincts when it comes to my art. At first I didn't. At first I did exactly what everybody else was doing. I didn't change anything. I didn't go on my own. I just, you know, this is it. This is how it's supposed to look. Can't do anything different. And then I learned the art of CPT, which is creative pattern tangling, which is to take the pattern and then make it your own. That has made a world of difference to my art and my art style. And just learning how to trust my instincts as to what looks good, what doesn't look like. And every so often I get a dud, you know. We all are going to do that. We're going to get one we don't like. But I've also learned that just because I don't like it doesn't mean somebody else finds it to be their favorite, which is also completely fascinating to me. Oh, that's much better. To me, that's much better. But I do feel like I need some contrast. Maybe I'll color. Oh, I didn't think I was going to color, but let's sign this and put a name, Paragon. And I'm going to grab my markers, I think. Ooh, I'm getting hot. And I'm going to go with sort of a violety. I'm going to flip it over and test the color on the back side. I don't know if that's the color I want. Green? Maybe we're going to go with a green. That one's a little darker than yeah, dark's okay. We'll go with dark. Fine. And I'm going to put the green in the little triangles. These markers, in case you ask, because everybody always asks, are this STA Aqua Natural brush. Not my favorite, but it's what I have, so I'm not wasteful. I'm going to use it, even though it's not my favorite. They work. They're just not my favorite. I thought I would like them more, but the brush is too soft to have a lot of control. It's just too squishy. And so I have to be super careful with them. And I just don't feel like I have the control that I want with them pens. And then also, I had a couple go moldy, which really was disgusting. Certainly don't want moldy pens. That's not the thing you want. Once I color in these triangles, I'll decide if I want color elsewhere. I'm feeling like I want to color in there, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm also feeling like I want to color in there, and I don't know if I want to color it the same color or different colors. So we're going to start with this dark green. I think it's a little too dark for what I wanted, but you know what? Sometimes your art just does what it's going to do. That's also another thing I've kind of learned along the way, is to just let my artwork be. Let it be what it is. But I do like having this a little bit of more contrast. That's nice. I think I may want to do maybe I just want to I'm not finishing my sentences. My brain just stops when it's thinking like this. Maybe I'll just get out the pencil and just do some shading. Maybe that's really what I want. And I just don't know that that's what I want. Okay, put that away. Get out a pencil. Any pencil will do. I want the really soft one. Yeah, I think so. I think I want like that. And then I want like that. I think that's what I want. I want to do that. And I want to do this. And then when I spread it out, it will do what I want, I think. And you know what? If I don't like it, it's just pencil. I can erase it. Right? And I've used my 6B, which is really soft pencil. Oops. It's interesting. I changed angles on those. Let's do a little bit over on this side too. Somehow I changed angle on what I was doing in the middle of doing it. I'm not being overly precise, as you can see, because it will get blended with the blending stump. Okay, now let's blendy. Get out my blending stump. I prefer a blending stump over a tortillon, but you can use a tortillon as well. Difference between a tortillon and a blending stump. Let me show you. Blending stump is compressed like paper, all in one stick, and a tortillon, I don't know if you can see it, but it's rolled up paper. That one's not a very good sample. Where do I have another tortillon I can show you? They're in here. They're in my little bag. Here, that one's better. You can see that more. It's rolled paper. Can you see that? And whereas a blending stump is just compressed, like a compressed paper. I've got a variety of them in here. See, that one you can see is yellow, but it's just like a compressed, like paper pulp. And I really like what I get out of a blending stump better. I'm heavy-handed with the stumps. I tend to mush them. So I'm better off with a bigger, thicker blending stump than I am with the thin ones. I think I got a little too much graphite. I used too soft of a pencil. It spreads a lot, but I'm not sure that that's really what I wanted. But that's okay. I'm gonna let my art talk to me. And if it's too much, I can always come back in with my kneaded eraser and take some of that graphite out and make it a little less dark. How you guys doing today? Did you do something nice for somebody today? I hope so. Hope you've all really reached out to people, meet them where they are. I've really been focusing on mental health lately, and you know, it's very difficult, this isolation that we've been in. It's been extraordinarily difficult on some people, and I know that the suicide rates have like really jumped. And that mental health has really taken a hit. If you have the resources and if you're finding yourself really in a dark place, many employer health what am I trying to say? Insurance companies are opening, I know mine did, opening up a mental health line where you could call in at no extra cost. It's part of our insurance. And, you know, just talk to somebody during this time about how you're feeling with your mental health. So if you're having a tough time with the lockdown and, you know, we were just about feeling like we could start to feel a little bit more normal, get a little bit, and then they shut us all down again, and And I know that's really caused havoc with some of my friends and their mental health. And just, you know, if you need to talk to somebody, please reach out. Reach out to your own friends, or if they can't help you or you are not wanting to talk to them about it, you know, reach out to somebody who's a professional. I want to spread that around a little bit more. And then I'm probably going to come in with my my eraser and just pick up a little bit of that graphite. It's a little darker than I want it to be, but it's not bad. It looks better on camera than it does in real life, which sometimes that happens, and sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes it looks great in real life and looks terrible on camera. So that's not bad. I'm going to get a little bit of on that one. And I do think I need to pick up a little bit. It's a little darker than I want it to be. So I'm just going to tap with my kneaded eraser and pick up just a tad of that graphite. And then get in some of those places where I overshot. I think I want to go around my squares with some kind of color, which I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do, but it's what it's telling me it really kind of wants. I think I want to go around those squares. See, look how much graphite I picked up. That was a lot. And on the kneaded eraser, you just clean it by just kind of mushing it around. And voila, clean eraser. See? You know what? I think I want colored pencil, and I think I want bright yellow. It's kind of dark and dreary, and I don't want it to be dark and dreary. I don't want to feel drab. I want it to be sunshiny. So I'm going to add some yellow. This particular color pencil is a Polychromos Cad Yellow. In case you have to know. I get a lot of people asking for specifics on what I'm using in each drawing, and you know, it really doesn't matter. Use what you have. These Polychromos are awesome, but if all you have is, let's see, where's my box? Hang on a second. There's things on top of my box. I've got these cheapo colored pencils that came in a set that were supposed to be given away as a promotion for something or other, and they're not the best colored pencils in the world. They're a cheap kids colored pencil, but if that's all you've got, use it. But you see, it doesn't really lay down a lot of color. But if that's what you have, absolutely use it. There's no shame in having inexpensive art supplies. There really isn't. Speaking of these art supplies, I need to remember to take them to church, because I have this whole box full of things to donate. Those are in it. The kids can use it for school. But you don't have to have the exact supply that I have in order to do art. That's what I'm trying to say. If you have a pen that makes a mark on a piece of paper, you can draw this pattern. If you have anything that colors, you can color in this pattern. It doesn't matter. You know, I could be using chalk, I could be using pastels, I could be using color pencil, I could be using marker. It doesn't matter. I could be using a different color. That also doesn't matter. See, I want to brighten this up. Feeling like it's dark. I don't want it to be dark. I don't want it to be sad and gloomy. That's another thing I do for my mental health when I'm not feeling my best is I bring some color into what I'm doing and brighten things up. And it's awesome to do because the colors you surround yourself with do make a difference to how you feel. Okay, look at that. It's a pretty color. And I'm not being super precious with it. I wasn't even planning on coloring today. I thought to myself, oh, I can do a quick one. I don't have to spend 35, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes on one drawing. No, I can do a 20-minute drawing. Nope, this drawing decided it was going to be a 45-minute drawing or a 50-minute drawing. I'm already at 41 minutes and I haven't finished coloring. But that's okay. Because I want to lift my spirits. I want to bring color into this drawing. And I want to make it bright and colorful. And this yellow, green, and blue, that's a good combination for that. This blue is a nice bright blue. Matter of fact, I could probably find a nice brighter blue, but I grabbed the polychromos because they were the top thing on my desk. And I only have 12 colors of polychromos, so I don't have a whole lot of different colors. But maybe I'll grab the pens again and find a bright color pen to put in here. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Let's finish with the blue first. And I could be more precious with this. I could sharpen my pencil and I could be more precise. You see, I'm not super precise. As a matter of fact, if you zoom in, I'm very imprecise. But that's not the point of this. The point of my coloring is to put a splash of color. It's not to be a perfect colorer. But it felt gloomy. And I had been talking about mental health, and I'd been talking about how this lockdown has been tough on us. And see, when I was speaking and thinking about how tough and difficult it could be, I made a dark and gloomy drawing. And I want to lift myself out of that. And so I've brought some color in there. I like that. I think I need white highlight. I think that's what I'm missing. That's probably what I'm missing, because I love my white highlights on my brown papers. So where should I put it? That's the question. Right along here? Yeah. Really needs to be even whiter, but I think I'm going to need my pen for that, because my pencils sometimes are not that white against this particular color. The brown, the more brown one shows the color pencil better. Maybe I'll do this first because I started. So once you start, you have to finish following that same kind of on everywhere. That's what makes it a pattern. right? So if you do one thing somewhere and then you follow it along and do the same thing everywhere else, and then you got yourself a pattern. If you only do it one place, then it's not a pattern, it's a mistake. If you do it in multiple places, then it's just part of the pattern. And even if you're not uber happy with it, continue on. And you may find that you actually like it when it's finished, or you may find that you need to add something else to it because it didn't quite do what you expected. And that's okay. You can do that. I am, however, getting hot and sweaty. It's a overcast day, so it's not super sunny today, but it is warm and it is humid. Ugh. And I am used to living in a dry climate. So when we get humid summer days, they're just very uncomfortable. And I think that's what's happening, is the humidity has increased quite a bit since I got up this morning. I was fine earlier and now I am not. Okay, how's that? Oh, that's much better. And I take step back and look at it. That's much better. And I feel like I want to put a little pink, but I think I want it as either colored pencil or watercolor. I mean, not watercolor, watercolor pencil. I want a bright, vibrant. Let's do this Crimson Lake. I think that might be too bright. Well, maybe not. Let me try it on the back. Doing the color and then put the, where'd my water brush? There it is. That one's got some in it. Come on, get some water in the brush. It's dry. And there it is. Is that the color I want? No. Okay. Ink tints instead. I do have some ink tints. Those are really powerful colors, these ink tints. And I want that magenta, this one. That's what I want. Let me see what it looks like on this paper. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so instead of coloring on the paper, I'm going to just take my pencil and get a little color on the end of the brush with, and then I'm going to just plop that in there. That is an intense color. It's exactly what I wanted. Pop of bright, happy color. Now this isn't watercolor paper, so it doesn't take the color as well, but that's okay. I really just wanted this beautiful, bright, intense, happy color. Now for some people, this might not be a happy color. This might remind them of something not happy. Don't use a color that doesn't make you happy. There are some colors that I just don't like. Most colors I like, but there are some colors that just do not make me happy. And you know what's really weird? Some colors don't make me happy in certain places, but in other places they're fine. Like, I love the color yellow on my art, as you can see. I have no problem with the color yellow in my art. I do not like the color yellow on houses. I don't know why I don't like color yellow on houses. I just don't like color yellow on houses. And so when we bought our house and it was yellow, I had to live with it for a while because we couldn't afford to paint it. But once we painted it, it went blue. It went white and blue for a long time, and then this last time when we painted, it went green. It is not yellow, and it's a bluish green, not a yellowy green. Don't know why I don't like yellow on houses. One of those things. So that could be too. It could be that there's a color you don't want in your art, but you don't mind it on clothing or the color of your car or, you know, something like that. And that's okay. All right. Did I get it all? Get all the spots? I think I'm finally done. Now it makes me happy. It was gloomy before. I'm sorry, but it just was. It was gloomy and I didn't like it. I had to fix it. All right, so you guys go out and have a good day. If you're having a struggle, find a way to make yourself happier by bringing something into your life, whether it's color or food or exercise or a Zoom call with your best friend, whatever it is that you can bring into your life to bring yourself a little bit of joy, a bubble bath, reading a book, playing a video game, doesn't matter. Does it not matter what it is? Bring yourself into that place where you can enjoy that sometime during the day and increase your joy. And if you can do that for someone else, that's even better. So go out and do something nice for someone today. Make yourself happy, make the other person happy, and just, you know, give yourself a little pick-me-up. That's what I suggest to you today. I'm going to do that myself. I'm going to get out of this hot, sweaty studio. I'm going to go in the house. I'm going to give my husband a big hug and a kiss. And we're going to move on with whatever else we have to get done today. But we're going to do something together. And that's going to make me happy. Whether we just go to the grocery store or we just watch TV together, doesn't matter. That's something that makes me happy, and that's what I'm going to do today. So you do something to help yourself be happy and help someone else be happy. I'll see you guys on the next video. And this was long. I'm sorry. It just is. Bye.